Tech Time.
What's up, everyone? Back again with another video, and finally I got my hands on it. Spent about a month with it. Xbox Series X. Now, yeah, this thing to some might look like a small mini fridge, something like the Barbie dolls to play with or something like that. To me, it looked like a basic PC tower. You know, I usually have it sitting upright next to my TV back there. And it doesn't really take up much space, but let's talk about it. Now, since I got the Series X, I have yet to buy a game for it. And that's mainly because I've been playing Game Pass and downloading games off the store. Now, see, this is where I feel like Xbox is ahead of PlayStation, because I got the $30 Game Pass, and that's 3 months. So that's about $10 a month. For $30, you're getting a list of Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and Xbox, the current gen games. That's just, you just can't beat that. You know, PlayStation now just can't compete. Now, I know PlayStation is coming up with their own little version, but as of right now, it's just more practical, I say, to get the Xbox if you're not a person that really likes to go out and buy a ton of games. Now, I am going to build up the library, but I converted over from the PlayStation 4. So, you know, I got some time to build up. But just by having Game Pass, it just makes things a lot easier and a lot cheaper. And they even got the new Halo Infinite on there. So like I said, Game Pass is really tough to beat. Now, I said for Game Pass, for the best experience, sure, what I'm about to tell you is going to require you to use more storage off your console, but you won't have to deal with trash downscaling and loss of frames. That is to download the game directly to the console. Don't stream it, because streaming it is just, it's all muddy. Download it to the console and it's night and day difference. Now, speaking of storage, at least the Xbox Series X comes with 1 terabyte of SSD as opposed to 825 gigabyte SSD of the PlayStation 5. Now, I'm not throwing any shade at Sony. You know, if I had the opportunity to get the PS5, if the Xbox Series X was in the stock, I would have got the PS5, because at this point, I waited a whole year to get either one of the consoles. It's been really hard to get, as you guys know. Scalpers, whatever you name it, people just limited quantity. It's been really hard to get a console. So at the same time, I know these companies got some sort of intel on each other. You could have shipped with at least 1 terabyte, you know, and that's what the Xbox Series X did. So that's much appreciated. More storage, the better. Even though games are looking like they're approaching 1 terabyte for one game, Call of Duty, still, the controller is great as well. See, I thought I liked the PS4 controllers a lot, but using this controller, it's just better. The D-pad is better. For example, when I'm playing games like Mortal Kombat 11, you know, I struggle to kind of do combos accurately with the PS4 controller. But, you know, since I use the D-pad a lot, with the Xbox Series X controller, it's great. I'm just able to do them with good accuracy. The buttons are very tactile, and it's just overall a great controller. One of the biggest issues I had with the PlayStation 4 is the Wi-Fi card wasn't good. Now, to be fair, I had an older PlayStation 4 and my Wi-Fi box is all the way in the basement. You know, so my logic on getting the Xbox Series X is the latest and greatest. It should have the best Wi-Fi speeds, and obviously, it has much better Wi-Fi speeds than the PlayStation 4, but compared to my computer is a beast. My computer got a good Wi-Fi card, so I'm able to get the speeds I'm supposed to be getting from my computer. So just like with the PlayStation 4, I'm running an Ethernet cable from my computer to the Xbox Series X to get the best possible speeds, which is, you better to use the Ethernet cable anyway for the best possible speeds you can get. In terms of the UI, I like it. It kind of reminds me of a PC, but in a game console kind of way. One of the features that I forget about sometimes is the quick resume. For example, when I'm playing a game like, let's say, Fight Night Champion, if I leave off on the story mode, you know, turn the console off or whatever, whenever I decide to launch the game again, which is why I forget, it'll bring up the story mode that I left it off on, skipping past the load screen. So that's a fantastic feature. I'm gonna say it's underrated because I do hear others talking about it, but it is kind of underrated. It's very, very good. In terms of everything else about it, in terms of downloaded apps and other things about the UI, I haven't really dived too deep into that yet. The fact that this beast of a console can push out 8K graphics is a little mind-boggling. Now, would I personally use 8K? I'm not sure on that. It's a good feature to have, but everybody's still converting over from 4K. But the fact that this console can push out 8K gives me the assurance that this console should last at least 8 to 10 years, obviously with good care, with what's powering this beast. It also gives me the assurance that whenever they come out with the Xbox Series X Pro or Xbox Slim, I won't need to buy one of those, because what's powering this thing, like I said, is going to last, should last a long time. Okay, so that being said, I give the Xbox Series X a 10 out of 10. Now, for most people, the Xbox Series S will be a more reasonable choice for the price, the availability, and how compact it is. But for me, the lack of disk drive and only 512 gigabytes of SSD was a no-go. So I'm glad I waited it out. Glad I was able to get my hands on the Xbox Series X. But I want to know, do you have the Xbox Series X? Are you enjoying it? And the Xbox Series S and PlayStation 5 users, I want you to comment as well. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, you name it. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.